ilé alágbẹ̀dẹ mò ń lọ wẹ́lẹ́ tẹ́kọ̀ sámọ́ tẹ́kẹ̀lẹ́ kọ́ọ̀bù kọ́ mákẹ́lẹ́ kọ́ọ̀bù sẹ́ńpálọ̀mpám wọlọ́mọdé. Somebody day we go brighten up my day. He go take away my sins and my shame. I don't see your face, it is shine of love and grace. Oh my Lord, today you don't do me something great, because you do me something glorious. Oh Lord, oh, you do me something wonderful. Hey, you do me something marvelous. You don't do me something great. Hey, kò sẹ́lòmíràn bí Ọlọ́run mi. Eledumare. Lówùrọ̀ mi bàbá máa gbé ọ̀gá. Eledumare. Títí dálẹ́ mi máa gbé ọ̀gá. Eledumare mi. Eledumare mi o.
Promises ever show there, never true, and as we claiming, you need to live by Him, you need to live by it. You need to eat and let it reflect in our thinking, our thoughts. We need to claim it. We also need to proclaim it. We need to propagate it as much as we need to get it active, get it activated in our thinking. And faith is all we need, as we have the leaves of the grass, we have the leaves of the tree, we have the leaves all in the vineyard. They all grow like we have the grapes. They all grow, and when they grow, they flourish. God blesses them all through the rains, and God makes it rainfall with the shining of the sun. And God makes all things work in their delicate balance, and as well as keep them in their proper places. God make all things happen, and with faith, we can achieve and rise beyond limitations. God is all in all, is everywhere, and let's believe it can change and turn our situations around. Whatever we may have, whatever we may be complaining about, or whatever troubles, whatever trials, whatever temptations, or whatever provocation, whatever aggression we always experience, let's give it to God. Let's give it to God, and let's believe there's going to be. Let's give it. Our situations are going to change for better. God is going to turn our situations around. There's going to be a turning around, and there's going to be a turning out for progress, for success, for prosperity, for easy, for new leaves of life, new leaves of peace, as much as tranquility. Let's get it right. Situations are going to be better, because there's hope, and with the help from beyond, with the help from above, from the help from everywhere, you can always see God is raising up. Is raising us for a greater position, as much as prosperity. So let's move up today. Today is a special day, and I said let's believe it's already a blessed day. This early morning tonic show is a morning tonic show, and it's a morning tonic show. A little of that tonic, a little of that tonic, a little of that. A little of that tonic we always get to really cool, and really get you further. So let's say cool, let's say really cool, and let's say really cool, as we are all out getting ready for the day out of our bed. If you are sitting in our bed and maybe trying to get our minds settled, maybe we trying to do one or two things. Maybe whatever we are doing, let's always get it right in our mind today. Let's believe that those negative things we've always heard, they're not meant for us. They're not meant to for us. They won't materialize as much as we try, as much as we work towards believing and towards and turning them for success. as much as for victory for us. So let's have faith. Let's have faith, and faith is the root of all things. As much as faith is the root of all things, as much as our attitude, our actions, our deeds of faith can all make it happen, can all change our situations. So let's really have faith, and let's make it cool, and let's make it really cool. So today is going to be a day that we can always make it to be. We can always make it to be, because we can create today as much as make it really happen. But we can't do it all by ourselves. You can't do it all by yourself. You can't do it all by yourself. You need something that enables you to do that. Your own strength is not enough. Your own super brain or super mind is not enough. Your own intelligence is not enough. Your own your network, people in your network, they are not enough. Your own your character, your pleasant and irresistible character or man is not enough. Your attitude, your brilliant attitude is not enough. Your power, assuming power. You think the kind of thinking or sort of power you need, you think you have, is not enough. All that is super phenomenal about you, they're not enough for you to skip through the journey of today. For you to skip through the landscape you may go through, or you may have to go through, or drive through today. You need God. You need God. Let's say we need God, and as far as I'm concerned, allowing God in my situation, or allowing God in your situation, is just let it be, and just let it be. You don't always need to rack our brains. You don't need to always trouble our minds. You don't always need to ask questions that always seem the answers are always unavailable to us, to our own kind of thinking, little minded thinking. We don't always have to question all that we can see, all that we can see, all that we think should be, all that we think shouldn't be. You don't have to compare, or you don't have to juxtapose unfairness against other people's success, or sense of favor, sense of being lucky, sense of we don't always have to abuse others people's luck, or others people's excessive access to things that also many others don't have, and with a little of effort, the little effort they have. Life is like a sphere. It's like a soccer ball, and at the side it turns around. Each time it turns around, like it turns around. Each time it turns around. Each time it's always turning around, like the table is turning. Now we don't know which side is so blossoming, which side is so flourishing, which time is always working, which side is all. Each time it turns, each time the soccer ball turns, each time the table turns, like the earth is orbiting, like the earth is turning, and we all see each time it turns. Is either we have the light, the sun shining, or is either we have what? And maybe the darkness spreading, and now we have is that we have the light, we have the night, and now we all have. So is our situations, so is all that we see around us. Sometimes we all made some capacities, some abilities, some potential. As much as we have gifts, we have some talents, so many things we can always have. As we realize, but we have differences. We have variation in our body makeup, in our potential makeup, in our talent makeup, in all in the way we are configured. We are differently configured, and we are super configured. As much as we can only realize the super parts, super talent in us. We are differently made, and not just differently. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Your situations sometimes when we have all these we are differently made, different talents and different gifts and different enablements, and we all see to and sometimes where we are born determine the kind of people, the way our culture and norm, those prevailing circumstances, like access to money, lack of resources, lack of abundance of resources, lack of people. Oftentimes, what delays us is lack of people that are enabled, people that are willing to get us out of the wood, to get us out of a situation, unparalleled situation, to keep up moving, to set up moving, maybe right from childhood, okay, to show us the way, to lead us through the path, to show us the light, and give us insights, and through their insight to us, making us realize our dreams and fulfill our purpose as much as achieve our aspirations. Life is not always a path that is ever straight, that is never uncrooked. And now we always think life is not always always what it is to me. It's not always what it is to you. It's not always what is easy to everyone as we think it is to us. Life is always different. Some sides are bright, some sides are colorful, some sides are fluffy, some sides are crunchy, some sides are creamy, some sides are stony, some sides are smooth and clean, some sides are healed and totally healed and completely healed and perfect, naturally healed. Some sides are all pleasing, some sides are all believing, some sides are not never believing, some sides are rocky, some sides are you can always see the different sides to life, as we all face different sides to life. The phases of life are all like time to time, like moment to moment, like season to season. In season, we always all have experienced our times changing, and we go through situations, and they tell too much of what we can always be, and well, we have always been. I see the life changes, our situations also change, and the way we need to, the way we go through it all determines it all. So people often, the kind of people we have around us, are often determine what we eventually become. They are growing up. It depends on the kind of understanding our parents have, the kind of opportunities our parents have, the kind of privileges, the kind of understanding, the kind of strength that enabled that we are all supported and even further enabled to acquire the kind of knowledge, the kind of exposure, as much as education, as much as the area we live, the kind of all prevailing situations, circumstances, or the kind of besetting sins that we are sometimes get along, as we always need to let it out of us, and we can always request for help, and request for hope, and request up to God for a turning around, or for a turning around. So we can always have God manifest in our own situations, no matter what our parents have been through, no matter what our foreparents have been through, no matter what the situations were in the past, and those situations, those other sins are always calling for vengeance. Those are that kind of wickedness, they all add. That kind of sin, that kind of sinfulness, they all add. That I might be asking for vengeance in us, through us. We can always, there's always the light shining. There's always, you can always believe. You can always have it bright in our lives, and let the darkness of the past fade out, and let our lives be independent of those unpleasant destinies. Let's have our situations right, and when our attitude, our character, our nature is made to us fulfilling God's purpose. Maybe that which is legal, that which is cultural, that which is omoluabi, that which you can always be proud of. That we can always get it right in our situations, as much as we try to always get it right, and we always let God in let God let God turn our situation around. What am I going through today? What am I going through today? Why am I not getting to where I'm going? I'm not getting to where I'm getting today because of my past mistakes, of my very past mistakes, as much as wrong decisions, as much as wrong relationships, as much as wrong friendships, as much as my past vices, my previous undoing, my previous past wrongdoings, some of my past deeds, as much as little calmness, that little cold, that little coldness, that little way I was approaching things. sometimes those similar days that people thought I was unsociable, maybe somehow naive in their own thinking, somehow somehow stupid, or like not. Those are some of the things we are today face. My people around me, or who might see me as a competition, who might see the potential, or maybe some outstanding potential in me that seems intimidating. When your life is like your life is the way or what you do, your achievement, what you can do, always seems intimidating. It turns out you become a competition to people around you, and if they don't have the thought of God in them, the thought of progress in them, they don't have the thought of Maluabi in them, and the thoughts of they don't derive inspiration from you. They don't see you as a potential resource for them to also achieve their own dreams, to also achieve their own aspirations. It's always ringing in their mind, as you are always like you become a competition, and each time they feel a little of that strain, a little of that streak, a little of that flowing of what's in them, maybe of discomfort, of envy, of jealousy, flow and rise in them. They feel uncomfortable each time you achieve that success, each time you make that progress, each time you're able to attain success. It always feels like, why is she why is it in the world? Is it only the one? Why is it not me? Why is it not me? Why is it not me? Why is it only he's made it again, he's got it right again? Why is it not me? Why I also got it right. Why is it almost like mine? Why they get that score higher than I did? Why did he get that score why they scored more than I did? Why did he score just more like I did? Why is he why? When such thoughts, when that kind of thinking, you always having you don't see that as an inspiration. That if you become successful, and other people also become successful, everyone will be successful, as much as we can see the equation. Let's say Mr. A is aspiring towards achieving success. Mr. B is also aspiring towards achieving success. They are both positive? Those positive integers, as much as positive are what? Positive, they are nominators. They are both positive nominators. Let's say now when we combine them together, what do you think? Are we going to have not negative answer, but positive what figures, as much as integers, as much as what have you? Now, if we want to divide them, as we need denominators, we need denominators. The denominators are meant to be negative. The denominators are meant to be negative. They're meant to be negative. If you want to have what? If you want to have what? A greater answer. A greater answer. As much as we don't want to have the negativity of people, negative people, in terms of in the positive side of it, like people that are less aggressive, people that are not desperate, people that are not wicked, people that don't lack, that are not really poor, people don't go through penury, people don't have storms always in the air, people that are always collaborative, people are less destroying things or vandalizing things. People are not are going to have less of people. When we all divide eggs, we are going to have what? A greater answer. So when you have more of this, you can imagine when the denominator is so small and the denominator is so huge, you can imagine it's going to be what? You're going to you can imagine you're going to have 0 and you're going to have what? More zeros behind the half figures, as much as positive figures, as much as what? Regular figures. So we need to always get it right. As much as we have a huge there should be a deficit. It's just deficits of negativity, and what? You have more of positivity. So let's try as much as possible. You don't need to make those brothers go through hardship. Don't make them go through the toughness or difficulties of life before you think of that kind of glory. That kind of glory, you always think you have. You don't amass glory by amassing wealth, amassing resources, amassing achievement, and you leave your brothers, you leave your Caesars, you leave your kings, your kingsmen, your kings and kings. You leave them to suffer and struggle before they get the job they need, before they go to school or get something, learn a trade or something that can keep their mind working. Don't forget, idle mind. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. A man that's not really filled that's not constantly filled with knowledge, with thoughts of progress, thoughts that are beneficial or thoughts are progressive. That's when they begin to think, I have one brother somewhere. There's one brother somewhere. And I have one sister somewhere. I have one uncle. So I have one tribe man somewhere. I have one king's man somewhere. And then they begin to think, yes, there was a time I needed to get a form. I my jam form. My wife register my wife. And I was saying, he said, and now he is working somewhere. Maybe I should see what I can deal with it. Let me treat his for call. Let me treat her for call. Let me treat her for call, and let me really treat her. And before you know it, they always getting it, maybe thinking at getting it, and maybe think about what he can do. So when we imagine if we are taking care of those people, we are taking care of those complaints. Maybe if you are taking care of those complaints they raised, as much as we made them feel left out, we made them feel uncatered for. Maybe what less, and in our thinking, we are always thinking we are glorious. What kind of glory is that? When people around you, are suffering, people around you are always suffering. They all lack what they don't have. To a very large extent, life is not always a ball, but it's not always a rolling ball that's constantly tilting or driving, like what? Before you have the crushing of the pinballs, before you have the falling of the pinballs, you can imagine the number of the balls, the number of the balls that will stand, the number of the balls that will fall, the number of the balls that will stand each time you throw the pinball. Imagine the pin bottles that will stand, the pin bottles that will stand. They imagine what, like what the mannequins that you can always see. Yeah, the mannequins that you can always see what you can always fold to measure what, to measure your success as a sketch, as you can be a sculptor, as you can be what he create. No, what you creating? He already creating, my brother, my sister. You're creating a hatred. You're making people to have the feeling, some feelings, some sensations, some feelings, some words, some movements of hatred, some envy, some let me get this down to him. Let me really get it down to him. Let me really get it down to her. Let me smoke him out. Let me smoke her out. And let's fish him out. Let's fish her out. Let's really get down on her. Let's get the nonsense out of her head. Let's get the storm out of our earth. Let's quench that storm out of our head. Now let me get it down to her. Let me get it down to him. Before they start thinking about that, we can always forestall that kind of thinking. You can always forestall that kind of effort as much as negative effort. Now let's get it right before it happens. Before it is, you can always solve it. Remotely solve it. You can always remotely resolve it. You can only remotely solve it. You can only always remotely solve it. Resolve it. So let's take it. I'm not saying we should all out there trying to help everyone, and then because everyone is not on your side. It's not on your list of help. As much as you can always have a clear thought, and you can always have a really look into whatever help you rendering and whatever support assistance you're giving. Always have a look, not just a mere look, a look of have a foresight. A foresight of what a need you need to solve, or whatever help you want to render, or kind of assistance. But it has to be, everyone deserves to be helped one way or the other. Let's find out how we can help before some we are only to act out of kindness. Our only to gesture of help may lead us to who knows. Who knows? Like we've always helped people that they turn out to be enemies, despite our help, and they see our help to be weakness, helping them to be weakness, and they imagine the kind of thoughts, the kind of thinking. But what I'm saying, in all balance, let's say our balance sheet, our balance sheet is balanced. We have less of debit, more of what? More of credits, and we always able to align our inventory, always align all our figures, and able to get it all through, and we are able to know how much we expenditure or how much expenses, how always all align our figures together, and at the base of it, able to see those things how we got in, and those things that we got out, and able to balance all. And the sheet is always balanced. You know that the cash in, the cash out, we're able to, and the cash we always have, we're able to figure out and connect the two. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So that you don't just get in there and they see you as what. We are not Father Christmas. When people see us as ATM machine each time, they see us as ATM machine each time, they think we are the ATM machine each time, they think they are the ATM machine each time, they think we are you know someone is leaking, and the camera is set right there. Each time they come, you know we are thinking. We can see maybe from far off in our mind. We can see what they are thinking, what they're going through. Today, we know that today they're thinking, how do I get Gary? And tomorrow they're thinking, how do I get that food? Today, how do I pay my students' school fees? Today they are struggling with all that. And we can see, and we can perceive, you can see the sight of God leading us, our sight and leading us towards they really need help. She really needs help. He really needs help. You can see God is leading us towards assisting such. And we all need to always let it be clear, and let our thinking be clear, and have a huge deluge of clairvoyance in doing it. So don't let's go just jump into it. Don't jump into it. Don't just jump into asking for help, because you don't know the sources of help, or the sources are tapping to get our help. We need to let it clear and let God let God so that we don't sound like those CBBs. So the BBs what? Those CBBs puppeteers. So those BBs what? Puppeteers. So like puppets. Those little 3D creatures. Those like the fairy tales, like what? And the fairy tales is only heard like a man down the hill, like the rising of the snow, the falling of the snows, like what? Like a leopard down the streets, like what? Like what? like the terrain that is never known, that's never what, that's never run, and the terrain that's known, that ever glad and never what. Now that man that's ever glad and the terrain, like that fairy tale we're always saying, like they're sitting it on the. We all have it blue, sometimes we all have it cool, we all have it bright, and we all have it what? We all have it orange and red. Sometimes we all have it cool, we all have it green. Sometimes we all have it cool, we all have what? I have purple as much as violet. I have it bright. I have it what? I have it yellow. I have it bright. I have it red as much as what? I have it magenta. I have it what? You also have a mixture of what? A mixture of hot, all in the lights as white, all in the lights, all the pigments are what? As brownish. So now let's get it right. Let's get it cool today. All around us. There's always hope. There's always a solution. What we're going through today is that always a solution. There is always a solution. As much as we believe, let's believe. Let's have faith. On his Eledumare Tonic Show, let's believe. A little of that tonic will always get you further. A little of that tonic will always get you farther. There's always hope. There's always a solution. God is prayer answering God. Let's believe. Let's believe against all unbelief, against those situations that always make us never to believe. That always make us to rationalize everything. That always make us to all theorize everything. Let's believe against all theories, all those that we can always ever think, that can always see that can make us never to believe. Let's believe against all unbelief. Let's believe against all unbelief. Let's believe against all belief, because there are all reasons, every reason to never to believe. Let's believe again. Let's believe. Let's believe, and let's believe our situations are going to turn around, and let's have an inspiration out of every unpleasant circumstance. Let's see every unpleasant circumstance as a source of experience, as a source of wisdom, as a source of strength. Don't forget, bad days make us stronger. Bad days make us stronger, and they make us what? Wiser. So let's get it right, and let's get it really right, and let's see those unpleasantness that we find around as a source of depression. No, they don't need to be feeling depressed. They don't always need to feel dejected. Dejection is not our portion. It's not your portion. It's not my portion. Let's right beyond those pressing there, pressing here, pressing there, pressing there, pressing there, pressing back and forth. We can always see them as sources of what? Of wisdom, as sources of inspiration, as sources that can get us out and take us higher, and make us lifted. And let's hope against all hopes. Things are going to get better. Our situations are going to change. Our lives will be what? Will be bright again after the darkness, moments of darkness. Our lives will be bright again. It's going to be a turning around as long as we are willing and always ready to have that spirit that enable us to learn, to improve, to turn around, to amend our situations, amend our wrongdoings, to solve the problem. So those things we can always find the solutions out of enmity. So the rancor, to let the rancor cease. We can always to strive, to let the strife. To strive, let the strife cease. We can always amend. We can always correct those things we've done wrong. We can always let it clear in our mind. You can always there's always a solution when we have conflicts. The resolutions. Let's pursue our resolutions with all negotiations, with all reasons of life. With all reasons of life. With all reasons of ever consideration for life and for victory. Victory in what? In speech, victory in words and speeches, not what? Reason or in pains, not what? Not in exchange of ammunitions and what? Sounding of words. We all need is to take it cool, and let's take it right. And let's take it really cool. Let's take it really right, because we are all precious, all very precious, and we are all valuable. As we all derive joy in all we do. It has to be the source of what that makes other people derive joy as much as fullness of happiness. So let's get it on this very Sunday. As you go to church today, you don't forget that gilly, that boba. You've already high-end it. You've already high-end it. Don't make the gators too sharp. Don't make it too sharp so that it won't be calling too for unnecessary attention. So that it won't be attracting unnecessary attention. Don't make your dressing. Fashion is good. Don't fashion is good. Fashion is good. You're not. So many styles are in the vogue. Don't make the style the kind of dressing for the church should not get unnecessary attention. You're not dressing as a model, fashion model. And dressing as someone is going to the presence of God to be part of to receive God's blessings, to get favor around, to be part of favor around, to be part of all that makes it complete, to be part of all that is needed as made to make it really fully complete. Because let's believe, because today is going to be power packed. Today, the church is going to be power packed, and there's going to be power flowing. And let's believe there's going to be power flowing, it's going to be power packed, and let's our faith. Let's get up our faith. Let's try to get up our faith. Let's try to get up our faith. Let's have to tie every knot, and have to tie every knot and untie every delay, every chain. Let's set ourselves. Begin to think of setting ourselves. Let's begin to have that hope. That hope of today is going to really get better. Step out with courage. Step out with faith. Step out against all negativity that may prevent or delay us. Step out beyond depression that may have around. Beyond all indicators that may delay us from receiving God's favor, God's blessings today. Let's study up, and let's study the table. Let's study all. Let's study up. Let's study all around. Let's study up, and let's all be mindful. Let's all be thoughtful. Let's all be really thoughtful, so that we don't fall to the scam around. Despite our beliefs, despite our faith, then you don't fall to the scam around. Despite our belief, let's get it right. Let's a clear mind, and let our conscience be full and really full as we go out today. As we going out today, let our thoughts be right. Let our thoughts be productive. Let our thoughts be progressive. Let our thoughts be pleasing and blissful. As we go out today, let's believe we're going to get it right. We're really going to get it right as much as God is going to make us achieve all that we ever longing for. All that we ever longing for. Today, let's make it right, and let's make it right, and let's enable those that seem little and that seem less enabled in terms of whatever their own little predicaments may be, or all the huge mountains may be. Let's help them climb the mountain, and let the plains be filled. Let the plains be filled. Let's plain be filled, and let there be a level filled blessings. Level filled blessings. Enable atmosphere as much as aura flowing in the church today. Let's God manifest. Let's make God presence manifest in all that we do, and let the storm cease in our head. Let our thinking be right, and let our thinking be really right, and let us be conscious and mindful. Let's be too emotional, and let's also be really conscious and mindful as we're always trying to be helpful. Let's get it right today, as today is Sunday. Let's get it all through. Today being the first day of the week, let's get through all get it right, and let's get ready and prepare for the week, and let's sort out our figures as much as we get back from church today, and let's believe and against all unbelief, and let's get it and let's have hope. Has always a glimmer of hope beyond the tunnel, beyond down the landscape. There's always a glimmer of hope. Let's believe Let's believe there's hope against all hope. There's hope against all hope. I'm checking out of air this morning, this very Sunday. I'm checking out of air. I'm checking out of air. I'm up to something. I'm up to success. I'm up to prosperity. I'm up to a victory. I'm going to victory. I'm going up to success. I'm up to blessings. I'm going to blessings. I'm up to what have you? I'm going to what's really happening. Let's just survive and let's believe against all hope, because God is going to change our situations around, because we're going to believe things.